Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Gay by Gay.
You are, super repetitive, and I think it's because I woke you up before you got to take that nap earlier. And now your brain is just, an absolute mess, and it sounds like a record that's, skipping.
I was so warm underneath the heated blanket. Now I'm,
What did you say to me? You were,
defrosted.
You were defrosted, or, you were being microwaved
Yeah.
because you had the heating blanket on.
I'm, all steamy from the microwave, and it's affecting my brain goo. My brain goo has to transition back to goo.
It's bubbling and frothing, and it's turning into steam, and it's coming out your ears.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'd believe it.
Anyways, we're reading more of Amberlynn's poetry.
Thank you very much. We actually had one of our listeners reach out to us and suggest that we listen to Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Take the goo back.
Never.
You've already screwed me up.
I will never. It's in the atmosphere now. You're just inhaling it.
I know. Get it out. I don't want it in my body. We had a viewer suggest that we read the whole thing first and then react to it. It's going to be a challenge, but we are going to do our best. So thank you very much. We love getting constructive criticism. I mean, don't hate on us, but I mean, at the very least, if you're going to hate on us, it still gets us better traction and views. So, I mean, if you really want to hate on us, go ahead and hate on us. All you're doing is boosting us on YouTube. So thanks for that. But no, we're going to try our best to get through everything before reacting.
Yes.
I'm going to have a hard time with this one.
I know.
But I'm going to do it.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I don't believe in me, but I appreciate that.
You can do it.
So, we are reading probably my favorite piece.
Iconic.
It is. This is the iconic situation type deal.
Oh, yes.
It is.
It's a situation.
It is a major situation. We are going to be reading Speaking Up by Amberlynn Reid. Oh my god, I even sounded like her. Gag. All right, are you ready for this?
Yes, I am, ma'am.
Let's see. Who does everyone believe? Let's start gambling our life, rolling dice like knives on a platter. Who will survive? Will it be the false nightmare you spit, or the reality I have tied to a place of sadness, but now revealed, and it all turned to madness? Why are you going to break the tide and just leave it there? Why break the ice and throw the stone and not think twice? Why are you going to play your sins and call me twice? Twice the lies, twice the price, twice the vulgar manipulated web. Spider to friend, friend to spider, enemy, grudge, and love lost. Using my name to put yours in lights, what happened to all the fights, all the times they turned into goodbyes? No, I am not perfect in any way. No inside the lines, no glitter outside. No gracefully worded rhymes. No playing perfect like you've begun a show that keeps haunting me. The haunt is the demon I'm trying to escape. Escape the pain and the outwardly insane. Escape the thoughts and the online taunts. Just admit you were wrong and play a different song. Admit the guilt you've sown like a misguided basket case of poisoned sentences. My life is a story, but yet you've written a chapter. The chapter has torn pages, scribbled words of false advertisement. I'm my own narrator, yet you stole the pen to deny, to lie, to pry in a life that was fine. Here are the facts. You lied about your name right off the bat, but still called me insane. You put a ring on my finger, promised me forever, yet you kissed her. You kicked and screamed till it was making hate. Forget making love when the love was gone. R-A-P-E, rain and petals eavesdrop, I used the wrong word. Rain and petals eavesdrop, I used the wrong word. Rain and petals eavesdrop, I used the wrong word. My mental hygiene has been rotten and stirred. Abuse in the picture frame, put on a smile, but I see behind the behind the fake, glass reflecting, noise destroying, shimmer clatter, frame breaks. I don't understand your left hand connected to your heart, but it's so cold enough to ruin me. Listen, my heart doesn't beat for you, I don't bleed for you, I don't need you. Social media needs this. A drama story, something to decipher, something to dissect, to entertain, to absorb, to twist, to melt over. It's not fair for strangers to pick a side to bash and a side to hate, a side to love and a side to hash out propaganda. I'm not on this ride for beliefs. No bashing, lashing, tasteless hashing. I want to be understood, to cowardly clarify. I'm going to say bad choices don't make you a bad person. Almost 7 years have glided. 2,555 days. 61,320 hours. I've cried, I've laughed, I've loved, I've lost, I've tackled, exposed, won, succeeded, failed, I've grown, I've learned, and I've moved on, healing along the way. The moon moved from the sun and roses blossom on my favorite weed. As I place a hand on my blood-red heart, hoping one day it'll all be gone, everything written with the unhealthy circumstances, all the tears that stained my pillowcase, the cruel and hateful comments I received in anger, the wrong assumptions everyone made, the thought of wishing myself off this jaded earth, and the lies you placed in my reality. Specked and spiked and broken down, still standing through all the sound, tearing apart at the seams. I covered all the screams so silent, yet so loud, profoundly intense, this ending, this final dance, knowing what you did and saying you didn't. Such a lovely story. ALR, September 2016.
That's a lot.
Okay, so there is quite a bit to break down here, but I think the safest thing to start off with is a little bit of context.
Okay.
What do you know about... I'm going to refer to it as the Cassidy situation. Cassidy was one of Amberlynn's ex-girlfriends at the time because she went by Casey, but now she goes by Cassidy. She is transgender, female to male, so to respect Cassidy and her wishes, we will be using her male pronouns as she prefers. I know that Amberlynn seems to struggle with that, but I don't really get why it's so hard.
Yeah.
What do you know about the whole situation type deal?
The only thing I know about the situation type deal is this poem, actually.
So do you know any of, like, the context behind the poem and the reason this poem is so hated?
I've seen the clips of Amberlynn's live where she talks about him and just, like, muggles everything up, but I don't know anything
call
else.
it muggling?
Yeah.
Like from Harry Potter?
She muggles everything up. She muddles it up. I
think you mean muddle, not muggle. She muggles everything up.
You know
you know, just like Harry Potter, just all those damn muggles getting in the way. God, they muggle everything up, you guys.
I don't know any Harry Potter either. I don't know any mainstream anything. Tell me about it.
Okay, so just kind of... I'm going to give a slightly more abridged version here because I could go on forever about how disgusting the whole situation was. Essentially, Amber decided to try and drag her ex's name through the mud. At this point, she had not started vlogging yet when she was with Cassidy. So he was relatively unknown to people back then. What kind of happened was, I guess Amberlynn decided to... See, I don't know if 2016, I think that was way before the hashtag #MeToo thing.
I think so.
Amber tried to do her own version of it before it was like a popular hashtag, and she was just like, hey guys, why don't I tell you about how my ex used to abuse me and how she raped me?
Yeah.
So basically she had explained that, like, Cassidy forced himself on her, but she was a girl at the time. Like, it gets a little complicated here, but I think you know what I mean. Yeah. So she basically said her ex forced themselves on her. And I guess her ex heard about it and decided to literally make a response video on YouTube and said, that never happened.
Yeah.
Number one, you were the one to abuse me.
Yeah.
Number two, her ex was actually a minor at the time.
Damn.
And she was an adult.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
So already there are some very uncomfortable sort of age dynamics happening here. And then basically Cassidy said, I never hit you. You would hit me.
Yeah.
And, you know, he kind of went through and said all the places that Amber listed off, like, oh, my ex used to hit me here and used to hit me there. He was like, that's where Amberlynn used to hit me. I never forced myself on her. Like, nothing like that ever happened. And then right away, people went back to Amberlynn's video and were kind of like, my dude, your ex posted a reaction video calling you out and saying that you lied. What's the story?
Yeah.
And instead of responding like any responsible adult would, Amberlynn literally just took the video down and ever since has kind of refused to speak on the subject. And every time it comes up, she always goes, oh my God, you guys just can't move on.
I feel like if she would have been as big in viewing as she is now, that would have been like a legal issue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to go ahead and actually start breaking down the poem itself now that we've given a little bit of context. So when I start raging about certain points, hopefully everyone will understand why I'm so bothered.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back.
Okay, so let's actually start breaking down this monstrosity. So first off, I would like to start this by saying the poem itself doesn't feel that bad in certain places.
Yeah.
However, understanding the context behind it and where it's coming from, it is one of the worst pieces of poetry I've ever read in my life.
I don't know. Personally, I think it's too long. But
I mean, it's quite long.
lengthy. It's quite lengthy. I feel like it could be like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like distinctions. But the first line I have trouble with is the 4th one. Rolling dice like knives on a platter. I have never rolled a knife in my life.
I've never rolled knives on a platter. No, I don't. You're like, you just pick up a tray of knives, you like shake it back and forth a whole bunch. You just roll it around a little bit. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Like D&D, but with knives.
Like, rolling dice like knives on a platter. What?
I think she means that's dangerous, but it's like Russian roulette.
But then refer to Russian roulette, because I don't know what shaking knives on a platter or like rolling them on a platter has to do with anything. If you want to refer to something that's kind of dangerous, refer to the Sword of Damocles. Refer to playing Russian roulette.
Yeah.
You know, rolling nice like rolling rice, rolling nice. Brain, are you okay? Aaliyah, take the goo back. This is your fault. But rolling dice, like, why not refer to that as like cocking the gun, rolling the barrel? Do you know what I mean?
I fully went. When I heard this read, you know, like Wii Sports, I was rolling a knife for bowling to hit some pins.
Da, 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 da. Like the theme song just popped in my head, and then there goes that meme of the little girl like rolling backwards off the swing, where she like. Does anyone know the one I'm talking?
Definitely,
that's an iconic one too. What else is in here? I also want to say there were some times when like my brain desperately wanted to read it in Amberlynn's like voice or with some of her words because there are several words that she mispronounces constantly. A few of my favorites. She doesn't say propaganda, she says propaganda.
Yeah.
And she doesn't say escape, she says escape or like something like that. I know she mispronounces it like escape. Yeah, it's like escape the danger, escape. Like, it bothers me so much, like, I actively have to think about how you would have to say it that way. So, there were a few times when I wanted to. I think the only major misspelling of anything in here is one near the end where instead of saying tearing, it says tarring, and it threw me off for a second because I couldn't tell if I was just being dumb or if it was actually, like, written that way. But no, that one was not my fault.
Well, here's what I think of when I think of this line. Why are you going to break the tide and just leave it there? It's like looking up and be like, why are you going to clear your name? Why you got to do that?
Yeah, why can't you just let my lies be the reality so I can get some more sympathy here?
Well,
why do you have to tell the truth and call me a liar even though I lied?
Well, I'm going to say, I don't know who told the truth and who didn't. I wasn't in the relationship. I didn't see anything.
Here's the thing. Nobody really knows. The only reason I am on Cassidy's side 100% is why, if you are innocent, why would you not respond and say that's not true? Why would you immediately just take it down and then upload this instead?
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you got called out for lying and you just want to go, you guys are being so mean to me.
Yeah.
And X, why can't you just let me be the victim? Like, why did you have to do that? Nobody would have known who you were, so why did you have to tell the truth? Like, that's just really what this feels and sounds like to me, and I hate that.
Spider to friend, friend to spider. What does that mean?
Yeah,
I guess, like, the one who spins the web, I guess, but just, like, spider to friend.
Friend to spider. I don't know.
Like Spider-Man.
Like Spider-Man, good old friendly Spider-Man. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Using my name to put yours in lights. I don't think that was what he was doing.
But that's why she's like, oh, that's why he's doing this.
Yeah.
It's not because he's telling the truth. He just wants to get famous off of me. And I'm like, if he wanted to get famous off of you, he would have said something a lot earlier. Yeah. He only jumped in to defend myself. And it's not like he continued making content afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there are several Amberlynn reaction channels. Hell, we're sitting here talking about her.
Yeah.
But he never did that. So I really don't see this at any point as him trying to put his name in lights by using her name.
God,
like,
no.
not at all. Not even close. So miss me with that. What else? Oh, this one. Admit the guilt that you've sown. Sown like a misguided basket.
A misguided basket?
A misguided basket. What is a misguided basket? How can a basket be misguided or confused? The basket is confused.
Basket case of poison sentences.
But the other line that gets me here is admit the guilt you've sown. What?
I mean, maybe she's trying to say admit where you were wrong too.
Yeah, but girl, you lied about your ex doing something absolutely horrible to you. Why are you sitting here going, well, admit you're wrong too? Girl, I think there are bigger fish to fry here.
Yeah,
How about you admit the guilt you've sown first?
I'm my own narrator.
The one here, you lied about your name right off the bat, but still called me insane. Girl, he was transgender.
Yeah.
He wasn't lying about his name. He was transitioning.
Yeah.
I don't know why Amber seems to have so much trouble with this concept that trans people change genders. I don't know why this is so challenging for her. Like, I really just don't get it. And let me say right here, RAPE, Rain and Petals eavesdrop, I used the wrong word. I have several problems with this. Number one, Rain and Petals eavesdrop. Eavesdrop?
Eavesdrop?
As in, like, listening into a conversation. So, wait, Rain and Petals are listening into a conversation?
Do you remember what I told you that one day in your
thought
basement? I thought it was, like...
Eavesdrop?
Yeah.
Like the thing on the side of the house that catches all of, like, the dead leaves.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a really weird... Well, it says rain.
But even then, like, I don't understand. Rain and Petals eavesdrop.
I guess they
don't have ears.
I don't.
Have you ever seen rain with ears before?
It's like
does every single drop have like 2 ears? Does each one only have 1 ear?
But Abby, does your hair glisten in the wind?
No, but it shines in the breeze, bitch. And now the ultimate crux of why I hate this poem so much. I used the wrong word. I am sorry. I have very strong feelings on this. I do not think that an accusation like this is simply using the wrong word.
Yeah.
There's no way. You don't confuse the word RAPE with anything else.
Yeah.
This is a severe form of sexual assault.
Yeah.
You don't just, oh, sorry, I guess I used the wrong word. No.
Yeah.
You don't use that incorrectly by accident. There is massive implication behind the wrong word. That's not an oopsie. Yeah. An oopsie is calling exotic animals erotic animals instead. That's an oopsie.
That was an oopsie.
This is not an oopsie. This is I'm going to accuse my ex of doing something horrendous and horrible to get sympathy for myself and to make myself seem like a victim. Mm-hmm. This is why I hate this poem so much. It makes me so angry.
You've always been angry about this poem.
There are so many people who go through horrible things.
Yeah.
And just to completely undermine it and go, oh, sorry, I used the wrong word. Well, I'm glad you can use that word so flippantly, Amberlynn, because there are a lot of people out there who hear that word and immediately get triggered into horrifying flashbacks.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you can accidentally use such a heavy word to, describe what someone else didn't do to you.
I just feel so like... hash out propaganda.
Propaganda. Okay, the other one here. There's supposed to be a rhyme in here.
Hate and hash?
Aside to bash and aside to hate. So you would think that the next one, because bash and hash should rhyme. Yeah. So either it should be aside to hate and aside to bash, aside to love and aside to hash, which would rhyme.
Yeah.
Or it should be aside to bash and aside to hate, a side to hash, and a side to love, because that would be opposites.
Yeah.
So don't ask me why she's got a side to bash, and a side to hate, a side to love, and a side to hash, because it doesn't rhyme properly.
Yeah,
like, what if, and you haven't even matched up the terms properly, because the idea is to make opposite terms, because we're showing opposites here. But she doesn't even do that correctly. Like, hello, what were you going for?
So she said almost 7 years have glided. Does that mean like 7 years since they broke up?
I would assume so at this point, because when you think about the timeline, if I'm not mistaken, Cassidy was well before Crystal, and the Crystal era is when she kind of started vlogging, and I'm pretty sure she wrote and read this poem when she was dating Destiny.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to guess that that's what that's referring to.
Why is she bringing this up so far back? Not to say that people who are victims of sexual assault shouldn't bring them up, but, like, why so long?
She literally thought she could get away with painting herself as a victim and have everybody come out and support her and go, oh my gosh, we totally understand why you have so many, like, issues and food-related issues. You're coping with a horrifying trauma, except the trauma isn't real.
I understand, like, the trauma she does have.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's not enough. I don't know why she had to try and add this to the repertoire.
Yeah.
Like, girl,
just
you have enough issues. You didn't need another.
I've moved on, healing along the way. No.
Oh, the other one that I hate here. The thought of wishing myself off this jaded earth. Girl, come on. You read that and you know she's implying, oh, I've thought, because of all the hate, I've thought about killing myself, so you guys should feel bad for that, because you're pushing me to that. Like, that's exactly what I read out of that, and it makes me so angry.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you don't get to accuse your ex of assaulting you viciously, and then when you get called out on lying, instead of admitting that you lied or admitting that, you know, okay, maybe it wasn't what I said it was, maybe it wasn't what it seemed, you come out with, how could you guys make me feel so horrible? What about your ex? Do you not think he felt horrible when you accused him on a huge social platform of doing something so horrific to you when he was a minor at the time and you were abusing him?
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that she, again, tries to paint herself as a victim. Victimhood mentality makes me so angry.
The moon moved from the sun and roses blossom on my favorite weed. Favorite weed. What's your favorite weed, Abby?
I was going to say dandelions, but then I also have allergies, so definitely not that. Thistles. I guess thistles are nice. Thistles.
I like those weedy guys, like those things you find on the playground. They look like wheat, but they're not wheat.
Aaliyah, do you mean dandelions?
No, that's not dandelions. The wheat guys.
The wheat guys.
Like...
like the ones you pick and blow on?
No. Like, you know how you see farmers in movies and they're chewing on this thing?
Oh, those things.
Yeah, I like those.
Like the weird, dried out tall grass things.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I do like those. I used to, when I was a kid, make bundles of them, tie them up with a big piece of grass, and then bury them.
Why?
I don't know. I thought I was like a little harvester. I was a forager. I would have been a forager in a hunter-gatherer society.
You were Animal Crossing before Animal Crossing was Animal Crossing.
Oh, true.
My dude, you were Farmville before Farmville.
True. I played a lot of Farmville. Anyways.
So, scale of 1 to 10 for you. I will let you go first because I think at this point everyone knows exactly what I'm going to say.
As a drama lover, 7 out of 10. At a literature level, 4. Moderate.
I am simply going to say that this is not worthy of my rating because at this point I don't think there is a number that can possibly expand my hatred for this particular piece of crap.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate the length. I hate the fact that she mispronounces so many words in here. I hate the fact that so many of them don't make sense. What do you mean rolling dice like knives on a platter? And I hate the fact that this is her reaction to getting called out for lying herself, and then she turns it around and makes herself a victim.
She makes apologized.
She makes herself a victim of her ex. She makes herself a victim of circumstance. She makes herself a victim of the haters. And she goes, I simply used the wrong word. How can you all be so cruel to me? Girl, this was not a mistake. This was not an accident.
Yeah.
You had a plan, and your plan fell through, and this is your reaction? My hatred cannot be contained.
I know. Can't be tamed.
can't be tamed. Can't be tamed. And we're gonna end it there.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we hope you're having an amazing day, and we'll talk at you later. Take it gay by gay, guys.
Bye.